Modular Mondays, episode 6. This is not correct. It's episode number 5, all right? I actually said a wrong episode number. This is episode number 5 of Modular Mondays. I came back from the future to fix this. Hey, Michael was. There's nothing more I have to say. Chair is creaking as it's supposed to. We're gonna get some more modules. Say, for example, we now want to use a different type of oscillator. Well, you keep this template and you build your row of different VCOs and you just reroute them. So for example, we want to try 3 alternative sawtooths. Find some other oscillator. We write os. Did I have something like, okay, we can keep it simpler than what we see here on CISO. We could use Bleak, or we could use Scorpio, for example. Or we could use EvenVCO by Befaco. I'm gonna vote for this one, okay? So this is how I experiment on my stuff, okay? I have this. Is it playing? No, okay. Okay, we keep that up. Like it's a C-sharp minor night, people. Most nights are. I don't know if you get the reference. Anyway, we build this one. We take that quantizer for sure, because we're thorough. So we build this and we do paste, paste, paste. And we put these 3 here. And now what we have, but we gotta put it snapping here, is just our exact reference. We have the exact same thing, right? What I'm gonna do, however, is I'm gonna detach these 3, same balance. You see where I'm going with this one, right? Same mixer. We're just changing the quantizers into the obvious, no, not even the quantizers, the oscillators. So what we do here is I could take a mult, for example, and take this, even a splitter if you want, something like it. And we can even do the gate here. So this gate goes here, or maybe the voltages, for example. You know, we could do that and jump it here. So we do all of these, and all of the gates, right? I'm gonna drop the gates away here, right? This one, all the quantizers are gonna go here. So we got 1, 2, 3 for our voltage. So this is pitch. And then we do 1, 2, 3. Simple as that. Now we take the output of this and we send it into the input of this, which is VOCT. Gotta always try and find that. Boom. Simple as that. Now we take the sawtooths and we send them to our in 1, in 2, and in 3. Right? Now the gates, however, are they working? Did I get the gates right? Probably not, right? So let's detach all of them. Let's do this and let's get the gates here. Now, you want to make it clear you don't like all the blues. We say that the gates are green, okay? They're green. So we go gate here and we gate to our first one, obviously, the ADSR, we send it here and we take this other gate and we go here. Now, it's a little bit more convenient, I think, to have kind of like mults because you don't do multiple wires, cables off the same actual virtual patch. It kind of, I don't know, I like it better. I like it better. There's just no way around it. I like to see that I go up there into the in and then all of my outputs go there. So we kept everything where it is. Let's turn it on. And now the beautiful thing is we could even duplicate all this if we really want to be thorough. And so we go in, right? We take this in and we take the output of this one. We detach all of these folks here into in 3. Oh, they need to be blue. They need to be blue. So we go here to our module, the little module here with the cable. I still believe this is amazing. I didn't know about this. This is thanks to you that I knew that. So, unbelievable. We send the mix here. Everything's ready. We take the gates here and we gate. Oh, these got to be green, green, green to this gate and green to this gate. So now we're multing everything here. The balance is the same. We need to send the pink noise out as well here. So, because we want that balance, that's going to be the same one. Well, you know what? We should do this. for sake of completion. That's what I want to say here. Pink, but actually blue, right there. Now we have an exact copy of what the topmost standard VCO, VCF, VCA, pure VCV driven basic module is, a 3 oscillator synth. We have a perfect copy of it using Befaco. Well, how do you say that? Befacos? I say Befacos. Befaco's EvenVCO, which is a different VCO. It sounds different. But everything else is exactly the same, the filter as well. So now we can take this one and we just send it here. Okay, we make it blue because we're that kind of person here, right? And now we've got this that we can solo. Or we can solo the other one and we can hear this one. That doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Isn't it playing? Did I solo it? Did I not do it? Doesn't it work? All right, investigations. What is going on here? Oh, this one's not getting gated by anything. Yo, why isn't the mixer working? Because no inputs were assigned. Obviously, we forgot. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I can mute, unmute, solo, and I can hear the 2 oscillators combos at work, given the same exact ADSRs and same filter settings. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna call it 400 hertz, 400 hertz. So now they're exactly the same, and they both they do not, because I didn't mult this. I'm gonna do it now. The decay to the mod wheel, the sustain to the mod wheel, the decay to the mod wheel, the sustain to the mod wheel, the filter cutoff also to the mod wheel here, and also the resonance to the mod wheel, and also the drive to the mod wheel. Oh, the resonance, we didn't do it. Okay, I'm gonna do drive. I thought we did, so we didn't. Okay. So now I can even modulate the same exact way I was doing before. Now, what's wrong about this? It's that they do sound different in terms of oscillators, I think because of the tuning of them. Let's try that. Okay, so if we want to really be thorough, we take one oscillator at a time, here, here, and here, and we hear what they're doing in terms of like how they sound. We go first one, so 1 is actually our top row and 2 is our bottom row. See, now they're patched together. I'm gonna keep the filter here. I'm hearing good information here. What do you think? I think this is actually okay here. This is right, and then we're gonna do this to 7. The offsets didn't get copied. No, to 12. I'm hearing the EvenVCO way more ballsy, way more analog, emulating, like analog modeled. But I like the VCV Rack stock. These are all free, by the way. I just want to remind you that you can get all these for free. There's no, like the EvenVCO doesn't cost you anything. but there's more heft in the EvenVCO, and there's actually less point. So the VCV racks are a little bit more like what you would get from a more digital kind of synth. They're not bad, they're just different. So, in terms of mere analog, probably the EvenVCV kind of sounds cooler to me here. So I think we got pretty much everything patched up. Let me hear the second oscillator. This is the 1. All right, so this one is now VCA2. This one's off, right? We gotta go 2. Wow, okay. So they're kind of close. Let's try this. Man, it's insane how close they are, but still I think there's a tiny little bit more vibe in the EvenVCO. But at mid-octave, it doesn't quite have the same difference. Like the lower oscillator had more. Let's try 3. And I'm keeping the noise anyway, all the settings right there. Let's try a higher setting here. So let's put it at what? 0 and 0. Okay. And I think the sweep is really a great tactic, because if you think about it, the filter is exactly the same. The settings are exactly the same. I did copy them. So everything is set the same way. You're sweeping the same filter through a different sourced oscillator. It feels like a different filter. It's insane. I mean, it's normal, but it's always amazing to me. I mean, come on, there's what? There's not even like, here there's no discussion. Like the mid octaves on the piano, like right here, C4, half C3 to C4, sounds to me kind of like, not the same, but the closest. But higher and lower are insane. Let's try it again. The original. There's kind of like a tiny little bit of like a nail, like a little bit of a longer pinky nail, something in this. Unbelievable. So the 3 of them together, let's try this. Let's try -3, 0, 0. So we even have the same exact levels. You don't do that on real synths. You can't get these to be the same. Let's try that. Can I do control source solo? Let's try that. Ooh, I can. I'm insanely dumb. Okay, so we can do control click on the S and it will XOR the solo. So it will in one go here change things, okay? So I'm gonna just concentrate here on the mixer. So just my face is not in the middle. No, this is impossible. This cannot be happening. Can it be happening? Are they the same? They are the same. Want my interpretation of this? No, it is unbelievable. Is it the same thing? 400, 400? It is. Same envelopes, haven't touched anything at all. There's the same modulations. I'm kind of looking at it, freaking out of like, there's gotta be something different. There has to be. There's no difference. My belief is that the way the three sum together, whether they're not 100% stable, for example, whether their gain structure micro changes, it's feeding into the filter in a different way. Okay, so this is as simple as it gets, and I be honest with you, I spend hours doing this. I don't know, like even before I ventured into Modular Mondays, when I had, for example, Serum and Zebra, I've done this kind of stuff so much. That's probably why I struggle with friends. I don't know. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, and we could keep going. We could create a third one. Do we create a third one? We will create a third one. I'm telling you, we're going to do that. Okay. Now, no, wait, there's another thing I want to do. Something I love to do on Moogs that are probably my most beautiful and ever playing badass patches are to have one oscillator that does not track, okay? But that stays on a single note, okay? I believe that if we do this now, it will turn out to be even more insane given the difference, okay? So I will make oscillator one of both not tracking, okay? We're just gonna use it on a C sharp, okay? And the way we're gonna do it first is with the quantizer, so that if I do this quantizer has no other solution than to play my beloved C sharp root note, okay? So let's try that. I'm like goosebumps. I don't care if it's the best oscillator or not. It's just like, how powerful is music, people? Isn't it amazing? This has nothing to do with me. I don't know how I can get this message. I wish to stop the stream here and just start talking. I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry, don't leave. How amazing it is. I can tell you one thing. At 44 years old, I know for a fact it is not me. It is not the keyboard. It is not the stream. It's not the EvenVCO by Befaco. We love you. Thank you, Befaco, for making this stuff. Befacos, whatever. It's not VCV Rack. It's not the reverb. It's just music, people. This is such a milestone truth. It is just what it is. The way this is a single note playing, barely moving an octave. Sometimes. Can we try that again? It's a one oscillator thing, Marco says, I know that very well. Isn't that amazing? And I think like what the argument some people make are that, because you know how to play, okay? Because you know music. The reason why you want to be always better at music is that you can be a better cable for music, in my opinion. But music isn't me. It's not me making music here. It's just that you become a better cable every day. We do improve every day if we study to just get, music across, like a better pipe, whatever, through which music flows. You want to be the widest, cleanest, strongest wire or pipe to just get things through. This is how I believe music is. When I'm playing piano, whether I'm with friends, alone or stuff, there's no me, there's no idea, there's my day, there's my things, there's whatever, but it's just like flowing through. There are days in which I'm able to detach myself more and let music pass, and other days you can only fight it. You know how they say cables can only be good in terms of like taking away the least? You can't have a cable improve audio. You can only have a cable preserve the most quality of audio. It cannot go positive. It can only go negative, right? So this is the same. There are times in which you're so attuned to it that you do not hijack music and you don't hijack yourself. That's when you're playing better. But when you are not, it's just because you're overthinking it, or maybe you didn't practice something, but you practice just so that it flows through you effortlessly. And this is a digression that was worth making. Marco says, for me, music is expression that goes pretty deep. absolutely. Like, it's not in here, it's not in here, it's not in VCV Rack. I had to say this just from sweeping this mod wheel setup on this synth, whose patch will be available on Patreon, by the way. So you can download this. It's 100% free, and you just get it and start playing. You're going to have this set up right away, okay? Just, so you can use it to experiment. How amazing is this? Now, I'm getting overexcited about this. I want to hear how the other oscillator sounds. This is just a battle now. It's one oscillator, VCO against VCO, okay? Let's start with what we had. I'm going to sweep it, and then I'm going to shift it, and I'm going to sweep it again. Oh, I made a mistake. That was too good. Ready? I mean, it was musically good, but it was not what we wanted. Here. Here. This thing. That part, the VCO from VCV doesn't do it. How subtle that is, how organic, how brutal that is, right? No. We need to do it. We need to do one more. We need to do one more. Monday nights. Here we go. We do the same exact shenanigan, but we're taking score. Do you have a preference? I'm thinking, if you have a preference, say it now. I'm going to give you the choice of it. But there's some of them that I might not be able to use because I'm not that good. Some of them are complicated. Personally, like, I don't want to skew your preference. I would do, okay. You know what we should do? Saws. We should do saws. Because we've used just sawtooths. We got to do saws. We do saws. Look at the size of this thing. No, it's the same. So copy, paste. Right? So we're here. We're getting this here. Boom. Okay? Now this is kind of like a training thing, right? We know what we have to do. We need to take some malts, and as you can tell, we're kind of like in trouble because here, another malt. We need more. So I'm going to go here, V oct, and then for the gates, we're good. So we're going to do 1, and we're going to go here. This one, we're going to go here, and this one, we're going to go here, right? That's what we said. Then what we said, this is now octave. Here. We copied everything, so the settings are all the same. We have everything here dialed, but we need to copy the triggers. It needs to be green. We specifically said that it should be green. So now we have a gate here, and we have another gate here. Now we didn't copy over the outputs of this. So we go out L for number 1. We go, and it needs to be blue. See how cool and fun this is? I love this, that we can do this. So now the second oscillator is the output left. Oh, green, obviously, because I didn't change it here. I'm not used to having cable color there. And then output left for the third one. So it's still 1, 1, 1, okay? Let me hear how number 3 now sounds. And it doesn't do anything because we haven't put the third here. Okay, this one's completely different, and that's okay. Do we do this mix input? This is okay. So the tune saw level, detune, fine tune, pitch modulation, semitone transpose. Okay, so is it the same octave? Okay, hold on. We need to do green, please, for the envelopes. We need to do decay, mod wheel. We need to do sustain. Well, we're gonna do greens. It was actually blue. I failed, but we're gonna use green. Here and here. And then we're gonna take CV4 to the mod wheel. And then what did we have for the mod wheel? We also had cutoff here, create cable 3, cutoff, and drive. All of these things are being moved by my mod wheel, okay? So imagine going through the cables here to get through EvenVCO. So we got saws, we got EvenVCO, and we got our stock. I'm gonna move the mixer down here because my face is always in the middle, always there. So we're gonna go control click and we hear this. Right, so that's the topmost is channel 1, the middle is channel 2, and then we got channel 3. Same settings, same exact settings, one oscillator, but 3 different sounds. Okay, this is getting out of control, but I had to move those knobs. So I like where they are. Let's try and get the other to get together. Let's try number 2 here. Hey Siberio, how are you doing? Thank you very much. Welcome, first and foremost, because that's always how it is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for dropping in. We took it a little bit more to a basic level. For those of you actually like Siberio who are here, we're taking a little bit more to a basic level. I got some messages that said like, can you like show us some sort of like a startup into a modular kind of environment? And also we were talking about different softwares and people said like, well, you know, but VCV Rack doesn't sound as good as Voltage Modular and Softtube Modular. And so I took these two things together, these two topics, and we built a 3 oscillator, sort of like a Moog, it's not really a Moog, synth that you see at the top, using all the VCV Rack stuff. And then we copied completely down one level into the other cabinet, and we just changed the oscillators, okay? Keeping it completely free. And then the third one I just created using saws, which is 3 other oscillators, sounding obviously different. So, and I'm using a mixer that I put just down below, and I'm doing comparisons of how these sound. So the filter sweeps are the same, the filters are the same, the envelopes are the same, the mixer is the same, the VCAs are the same, the noise is actually exactly the same. That's a pink noise everywhere. And my mod wheel's doing a little bit of things. And we're just sweeping through these 3 synths just to prove how different they can sound, just changing the oscillators. And that a piece of software sounds bad, to me, doesn't really mean anything, because music is really music and it's the combination of things. I did you a synopsis of all of this. So let's start first. This was VCV Rack, the topmost, okay? Now, second one. This was number 2. This is the same exact synth, but with the VCOs changed. This was Befaco's EvenVCOs, okay? And now Saws. I'm gonna start from the middle VCO actually now. You see, I like composing it first, sweep, come back, open and close. Let's go. And this was number 3. This is Saws. They're doing the same thing. So the first oscillator doesn't track. The second and third are normal octave plus 1. And the other one is minus 1 or 2. I don't even remember. It's minus 1. But it's not tracking. So it's staying on the root note. The noise, the pink noise is getting pushed in anyway. They sound completely different. And there's none of the 3 that sounds bad to me. This is just not how it is. It's just not possible. They're all different. So to you, to your piece of music, to your atmospheric stuff, one might sound better than the other. And I'm going to tell you this. The topmost has, it does sound like a lot of music that I'm getting sent as reference, or it reminds me of a lot of music that was getting sent to me as reference from game directors, or from labels that work for licensing for video games and stuff like that. It's got that reminiscent sound. So that's the default you get there. And it's just the topmost VCO, right? Unbelievable. I mean, Saws is just off the hook good. But it's a completely different vibe, right? We could now change the features. We could change the envelopes. We could use something in the middle, like, for example, ring modulation. We could try FM. But in my opinion, probably the one task that I have stayed the most on is just testing oscillators, filters. And then there's effects, obviously. Effects are just off the charts. Always testing pedals and other things. But you can do a hybrid of this. You can keep Saws for the middle, and we could try that. I'm going to keep the higher one from number 1. I'm going to keep the lowest from number 2. And I'm going to keep the center from number 3. And believe me, these might be off the hook. Let's try that. So who do we have here? Hold on. So number 2, number 1, and number 3. Okay, so we do that. This is like concerto for mouse and mod wheel. It's music. It sounds really good. It is really fun to do anyway, to just coordinate a mod wheel and that mixer. Imagine what you can do with the control surface, with clocked things, so on and so forth. That's the beauty of not only just synthesizers, I think just music today, right? This is it. Modular Mondays. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, James. Thank you, Siberia, for also writing in chat. Check out what I do on Patreon. This has been possible so far, episode number 5, because of you. Okay. So consider, if you just want to support, I'm there. You got all the links. All right. Next week, we're going to have drums kicking on something like this, and we're just going to jam it away. Okay. I'm going to come out with something pre-prepared, and we're going to see you next week. All right. See you next Monday. I'm going to send the titles. Thank you very much again. Thank you, people. This is always an honor. Thank you. Ciao.